You've hit that perfect tee shot. You're in the middle of the fairway. You got a scoring club in your hands. So many times what happens to you is you start feeling this pressure. You get in here, you stop thinking about making this motion. You start thinking about the outcome, and you hit this shot. The club bottoms out too far behind the ball. We hit this up into the air. We pull it. We plug it in the front bunker, and we don't take advantage of the shot. Now, I want to tell you how you're going to be able to be consistent with these shots. The first thing you have to do is you have to make sure that you're letting the club bottom out at or after the golf ball. How do we do that? We focus on what's going on with the upper part of our spine. What we want to have happen when we're over this shot is we want rotation. We don't want any gliding of the upper body. We don't want any of that movement. So when we get in here, what you want to feel is that this part of the body, the upper part of the spine, is going to stay pretty centered but rotate, and that's going to help us with getting this bottom of the arc in front of the golf ball. Now, let me show you what that looks like. I've got a 9-iron. That target's out there at about 145 yards here. All right, now, let's come on over to our information center and see what we get here, because I want you to pay attention to what we're going to see. First, what you're going to see is you're going to see a shot that's going to carry about 143. That's right around where I'm going to be. I may have caught that just a little bit thin, but there's a couple of numbers that you're going to see that I pay attention to. One is the ball speed. I want that ball speed to be between 105 and 108. That's how I know I'm going to get 145 out of my golf club. I'm also paying attention to my horizontal launch. I want that to be right between 22 degrees and 24 degrees. And when I achieve those two things, the ball speed and that launch angle, I'm going to get this ball to get into the 145s. And so how do we do that? That's what I was telling you before. The upper part of the spine has to be moving rotationally, no lateral motion whatsoever. So when we get in here, I want you to feel like you're going to stay pivoted right in between your feet. So the body is rotating, and then you're moving into that strike. Remember, 105 to 108 ball speed, and that launch between 22 and 24. All right, really good strike. Let's see if I got this going at my target. I kind of like the, yeah, baby. Now, let's look at our numbers. This is what we're paying attention to. 144, I got that right where I wanted to. I hit my target. You saw that. Now, let's look at my numbers again. Ball speed, 107.6. That's right in my number that I want to have. Vertical launch, 22.6. When you want to be consistent with these scoring clubs, you've got to make sure that you're paying attention to what the ball is doing, what the launch of the ball is doing. And we need to make sure that it's consistent with that. So if I'm between 105 and 108 with that between 22 and 24, that's what we're going to get. We're going to get a really good outcome. Now, let's see if I can do it 3 times in a row. Pressure's on. Setting up, taking that eye right at that target. Now I'm just focusing on making sure the upper part of my spine is rotating, not sliding. We got a pretty good one here. Let's go over here and let's see what we got. Come on over here with me, Gibbsy. Let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. 145.2. Yabba dabba do. Now, 107.2, that's right in my number. 23.2, that's right on my number. You want to improve your scoring clubs. You've got to pay attention to those two things. The focus is right here in the upper part of the spine. And as that starts to rotate and stay very stable, you'll strike the ball solidly with a consistent loft on it to get that launch that you want and get that ball speed that you want. You'll be able to take care of those scoring clubs, and that's proven it